Alrighty, I think it's time. We put the top 5 best characters in the game on a team. You know what's so crazy about this team is it actually works. Like, it's not even like, oh, I just put the top 5 best characters on the team, but there's no synergy. No, this team actually has a lot of synergy, right? The only thing, genuinely, the only thing about this team that is like not gonna be like often as usual is the second this little effect when recovery takes effects of like affects all allies, the attack damage buff for 7 seconds. That's basically permanently if you get a healer to heal Crown the entire time, right? That's the only thing that's not going to be proc. But in terms of everything else, we're working here, right? Because we have our burst 1 obviously being Red Hood, and our other burst 1 being Rappy, our burst 2 being Crown, our burst 3 being Cinderella, and our other burst 3 being Cinderella. But yes, if you were to ask me, I would say, I even said this in my video earlier today, I believe the code video. I said if you asked me what the top 5 Nikkes were currently, like in Nikke, right? I would say 1 is Rappy, 2 is Crown, 3 is Red Hood, 4 is Cinderella, and 5 is Scarlet. Like, that's what I would say is my current top 5 Nikkes in Nikke. So let's go ahead and use them all. I don't have the right cubes on everyone. I just put the resilience cube on everyone for maximum power, but obviously on Cinderella, on Scarlet, and on Rappy, I probably will not use the resilience cube. I just have it because we have Crown on the team and for maximum power, but on average I'd use the other cube for those 3. But let's go ahead and see what this can do. We're gonna try a different bunch of contents to see what this can do. All right, the first place we're gonna go in shooting range. I just want to see the overall damage between like this team right here. I just want to see the overall damage with this team. Now I've decided to go into I'm in the wrong stage. This stage is where I want to go because with this stage I'm actually able to what's it called? Have most of the people on the team have type advantage. Basically, that's what I'm getting at here, right? 3 out of 5 of the characters will be type advantage here. So let's go into here and see what this is looking like. Let's see how much damage, right? You might think the strongest team in the game should have a crazy amount of damage, right? I mean, I don't see why, right? Or not the strongest, but the strongest characters in the game, the top 5 best characters in the game should be able to put out outrageous numbers, right? Let's take a look. Bob, Red Hood, okay, and then Cinderella. We're at 20 million in total. So let me see, from 20 million damage from before the full burst all the way to a good old about 200 million, 220 million. Okay, yeah, that's good considering not everybody used their burst skill. For just the overall number between everybody here, this is a good number, y'all. This is just, hey, if y'all want to, I don't think anybody's actually ever thought about using the best like 5 characters on the team, but if you want to just use the best characters on the team, this is the team to do it, right? And if you want to play an auto, have it in this formation, because like I said, Red Hood and Rappy are switching between burst 1s basically with this team. Crown is always going to be your burst 2, and then Cinderella and Scarlet are going to be your main burst 3 characters, as you guys can see right here. Right, so right now we're at 143 million from Cinderella. That's gonna jump up to God knows what. 143 million to what, Cinderella? You're not even type advantage, but to what? To 254 million. Yeah, I mean, let's take a look and see. Look at the damage, guys. The team synergy is good. The team synergy is good. I like it. Let's go to other characters as well, okay? Scarlet, you do your thing. I think Rappy, okay, so while we're doing this, let me explain why I think, these characters are in the placements I have, right? So the reason why I have, let's start from 5. The reason why I have Scarlet Black Shadow at 5 is because she's just an insane DPS, right? There's nothing more to this character besides the crazy damage she does, but it's like how universal she is, right? I know at first when she came out, a lot of people were like, oh, no, she's not the best because of her distributed damage. But the thing is, she just does so much damage that the distributed damage really doesn't even matter. Like, I'm sure if you've played from when she came out last year, you've probably noticed throughout the entirety of the year that the distributed damage does not matter whatsoever because her damage output is way too much. If everybody has 1 million, let's say there's 2 enemies on the field and they have 1 million HP, but this character is doing 5 million per damage or per hit or whatever, and it's being split. That's still way more HP, like more damage than the HP of the enemy. Like there's just no, like, yeah, she's easily top 5. Cinderella is the same thing as Scarlet, just stronger, basically. She doesn't have distributed damage, but she is just stronger than Scarlet. So that's the only reason why I have her higher, because she's just stronger than Scarlet, right? It's just how it is. Now, obviously, Red Hood, I would have Red Hood higher. She's the only character in the game that's a burst 1, 2, and 3, and you can use her burst 1, 2, and 3 in the game, mid-match or whatever. Like, she's the only character in the game that can do that. I just think, obviously, her burst 2 is useless. And her burst 1 is really helpful, but when you use her burst 1, she becomes a 40-second cooldown character, and that's kind of lame. And then when you use her burst 3, she's a powerful DPS, but it's like she... You can use her burst 1, you can use her burst 3 the first time around, sure. But then when it comes to picking between using her as a burst 1 and picking her between and using her as a burst 3, it's like, okay, you can have a crazy burst 1 character, but on a 40-second cooldown, which is not the best, or you can have her on a burst 3 DPS and just have crazy damage, but then lose out the fact that you're not able to use her burst 1 or 2 because you use her burst 3. Does that make sense? So yeah, Crown is just like this character makes everybody just do 10 million more damage. That's just how it is. Crown makes everybody do a lot more damage, right? And then obviously, this character is just nutty. This character is like all these 4 characters in one, literally. I think Red Hood is just, this is not Red Hood, Rappy. Rappy right here is just all 4 of these characters in one. I got a new record too with this team, which is crazy. But yeah, 800 million, which is surprising. She's not type advantage or anything, but basically 900 million, 550. This is, you can see the difference, right? We are not using Red Hood Rappy's burst 3, right? We're not using this Rappy, we're not using her burst 3, which would give her a lot more damage. Just as a burst 1, she's damn near on par with Scarlet Black Shadow, right? Like, that says a lot, if that makes sense, right? It just says a lot. The overall damage output of all these characters is just crazy. Let's go on to something now, like an actual stage. Alrighty, so we're gonna go against one of these anomaly bosses. Which one do I want to go against? Kraken, Harvester, Ultra, Invilia, Mirror Container. Let's go up against, you know what? Let's go up against Kraken, just because, like, I don't have a healer on this team. And it's kind of silly for me to, like, you know, what I'm trying to get at. It's kind of just silly for me to run a team where I can't even, like, where I don't have a heal, right? So let's see how well this team does against Kraken. I doubt it's gonna do the best, honestly. Kraken, like, not all the anomaly interception bosses, they're like specific. You want type advantage, so if you don't really have that, I don't, like, no matter what, I don't really see you getting all that high of a score, right? Like, I think I can break this, actually. Like, I think the damage we're gonna do is gonna be good enough to break this. We'll see, because it's not even, it's thing attacking first. Let's see, are we gonna be able to break that? No, it's probably better with the type advantage characters, right? Like, don't get me, this is a powerhouse of a team, mind you, but even this team wouldn't be able to break this. You know, get what I'm getting at? Like, it's a powerhouse of a team, but this team is not gonna be able to break this. And then boom, we get attacked, and that's just how it is. Like, that's what I mean when I say anomaly interception bosses. Like, and I don't even know what the element, like, oh, it's electric, so Cinderella is gonna die a lot easier here than any other stage, right? Because the boss just does more damage to Cinderella. But I'm not gonna lie, we got to stage 3 pretty quickly, which is like, I guess, yeah, the overall damage is still pretty good. The overall damage is still pretty good here. But it's the surviving part, right? Like, I just cannot break that part fast enough for us to do enough. And sure, we are immune there for, you know, oh, we have attack damage up actually now because we just got healed, so that's good. Attack damage up from Crown and Scarlet using her burst skill. We're gonna be able to get, hey, y'all, maybe if y'all really need it, y'all can just go ahead and yeah, I mean, okay, I didn't mean to cover, I mean, I didn't mean to cover there, but dang. Okay. Well, we might get to stage 5 with this comp. That's crazy to me. Oh, and now we're immune, right? Because only, remember, only win characters can do anything here. So only Scarlet can do something here. right? Scarlet's the only character that can do something there, which is just so crazy, but it's just how anomaly interception is. Red Hood, Crown, and now Scarlet. A minute 30 left on the clock. I think we're going to be able to get to at least stage 5 with this team, which genuinely isn't really that bad, because the highest I can get to with my current team, which is a main team for Kraken, is stage 6. So I just hope that Scarlet survives at the very least. She's going to die here. I think Scarlet's about to die right here. Scarlet's going to die here, isn't she? Yeah. Wow, a lot of them died. Well, Cinderella's electric, so of course Cinderella died. And then, yeah, let me see if I can. Perfect. And now we can use Red Hood's burst 3. This is why Red Hood is so cracked as a verse 1, 2, and 3 character, because as you see, my entire team died right there, right? But we needed a verse 3. That's a good way. Like, look, and now we're at stage 5. And then we're probably dead here, which is fine. Crown is still alive, but everybody else is dead, which is fine. But we still got to stage 5 with this team. And you guys can kind of see how Red Hood, Rappy, well, I meant to say like Red Hood and then Rappy, like both. I was calling 2 different characters there. Not Red Hood, Rappy as in the Rappy, but Red Hood and Rappy, like you can see that kind of combination right there, right? Red Hood being a burst 1, 2, and 3, and being able to use her burst 1, 2, and 3 anytime. In that situation right there, Red Hood was going to use her burst skill, but I had used Rappy's burst 1 first, so that Crown could use her burst 2, and then the burst 3 character, since our Scarlet and Cinderella died, Red Hood would be the burst 3 using her DPS. Right, and that got us to stage 5, which, like I said, with my actual Kraken team, the highest I can get to is stage 6. So that's just 1 stage under, but it doesn't change the fact that the top 5 characters in the game, with only 1 win character, by the way, and then the electric character, was able to get us there. So that's kind of like, yeah, that's a demonstration of just power in this game, right? But yeah, I mean, I really think these are the top 5 characters of Nikke. Easily. Of course, they're all pilgrims. I mean, technically, the best character in the game is an Elysion, which is well deserved, because Elysion has gotten like literally shit for 2 years straight. So, hey, you guys let me know what your top 5 is. I don't think everyone's gonna agree in terms of the order of the top 5 characters, but I can guarantee you that everybody's top 5 will contain these characters, right? And that's my final statement for this video. We're not all gonna have the exact same top 5, but I promise you, from the people who've given me their list in the comments, I'm going to see all 5 of these characters. So you guys let me know what you think. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.